Nationals 1, Mets nothing as we go to the bottom of the third. Lots of baseball coming your way this week on ESPN. And if you're a fan of the Pirates, lots of Pirates. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Baseball presented by USAA. They will host the Cubs. Wednesday night, Luis Severino scheduled to make his Major League debut for the Yankees as they host the Red Sox. And then not one but two games involving the Dodgers and the Pirates Friday night and Sunday night. And Mr. Schilling, if you like to watch great pitchers and break them down, Friday night looks like Clayton Kershaw and Garrett Cole.
Yeah, that's one of those dream Game 7 World Series matchups.
What's Kershaw at now? 37 consecutive
like
scoreless
that.
innings?
Him and Greggy combined are like 604 innings this year or some ridiculous number. Got a couple extra umpires in the ballpark tonight, huh?
We have just behind home plate. You can see them there, just off to the left. They're real fake umps, and they are raising money for Ump Cares charities. You see them around at a lot of ballparks.
They just called the foul ball.
Yeah.
Gave the count.
Now, will they argue with guys and kick guys out too when that's happening on the field?
They're multi-talented. They're all over now.
So now you're going to be looking at them. You're going to miss what's happening at the plate.
You look when nothing happens at the plate. You look right there, right after the
outside in a full count. We don't need a shill who's like distracted between two different things.
Oh, I'm all right.
You're all right?
Yeah, I can look both ways.
Okay. Signal full count, guys. Did they signal full count?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. They took out a new ball.
The Nets cutting off their follow through.
Yeah. Look how happy he is.
This is fun. You gotta love the sport.
Yes.
Oh.
Zimmerman wanted it. Lobaton pointed at him as if to say, you made your pitch.
And
you just didn't get the call.
And the Washington dugout yelled out to Lobaton, hey, where's that pitch? And Lobaton kind of gave him a little head nod. It misses his location. I think he wanted it down and away, but clearly catches the top of that strike zone. You see Lobaton hold it there, but Mets get the call.
Leadoff walk, too.
So here's Syndergaard. He's 5 for 27, a 185 average this year. He has a home run, but he shows bunt and he gets it down nicely up the first baseline. The sacrifice moving Plawecki to second. Syndergaard batting in the 8th spot in Terry Collins' lineup tonight. Something that he's done on occasion this year, mostly with either Syndergaard or DeGrom. So runner at second, one out, bottom of the third, 1-0 Nationals. And the batter will be the shortstop Ruben Tejada. Sometimes you'll see Wilmer Flores at short, sometimes Flores at second, with Tejada at short. Wilmer Flores had himself quite a few days, didn't he?
Emotional.
Yes.
Man.
On Wednesday, thought he had been traded from the Mets to Milwaukee in a Carlos Gomez deal that eventually fell apart. But because of the way the world works, another example of how different the world is than it used to be. David Wright was up in the clubhouse watching the game on TV. There's Flores. Came down into the dugout and said to Terry Collins, they're saying on TV, the local Mets telecast, they're saying that Flores has been traded to Milwaukee for Carlos Gomez. And Collins is like, what? Nobody told me that. And he pointed to the phone in the dugout and he says, unless that phone rings, there's no trade. But then as Flores came up to bat in the 7th inning, a fan sitting right beside the Mets dugout, who saw on his phone or whatever that he thought he'd been traded, yelled out to Flores, hey,
good luck in Milwaukee.
Good luck in Milwaukee.
We got Gomez.
And everybody in America, I think, saw it. And when he took the field a half inning later,
he went to the plate
inning,
and they gave him a standing
ovation.
Like,
right.
What's going on?
And then in the top of the 8th inning, he actually cried. He shed some tears out on the field because he thought his days as a Met were over. He had been signed as a 16-year-old out of Venezuela by the Mets. Lined back to the mound, speared by Zimmerman. 2 down. What's that like, Shill?
That's an out. That's an out. You know what? It happens so fast a lot of times. He got in on him a little bit right there. That wasn't as bad. But you finish in a good spot to field your position, and you saw both pitchers. Syndergaard with the bunt and Zim with the defensive play in the National League, being able to do little things ends up making an 18-game winner, a 20-game winner over the course of the season.
So 2 down, back to the top of the order now for Granderson as the Mets try to cash in the tying run here in the bottom of the 3rd. And then Flores to cap it off after all that emotion on Wednesday. On Friday hits a home run in 12th inning to win it for the Mets.
Terry says in the 9th inning he couldn't let him go hit,
right.
And he says and then if I'm Flores, I'm thinking, okay, I have been traded. But you know, that's when we had all the shows that we had, the discussions we had, you gloss over the human part of this. And almost every player in baseball watching those shows was impacted by those trades in some way, shape, or form. From A-ball to the big leagues, almost every single guy watching was affected by what happened the other day.
And in the end, the Mets were concerned about Carlos Gomez's medical reports.
But how cool has it been to see this Met fan base go and see how much Wilmer Flores wants to be a part of the New York Mets and just completely wrap their arms around him?
They'll never forget it.
Will it stay that way if he boots a couple balls?
But I'm saying, as a player, you really get to be truly emotional to the fans, and I don't think they'll ever forget that. That's very cool.
And guys, if the Mets actually make the postseason, there's no question that those 48 hours, 72 hours are going to be looked at as the crossroad of this season. From the moment Flores thought he was going to be traded to that walk-off home run, pretty amazing time.
Well, and you think about, Buster, you think about the Thursday game that the New York Mets lost.
Granderson with a drive deep right. It is gone. A 2-run homer as Citi Field explodes and the Mets take the lead.
Well, 17 home runs now. It's a hanging curveball. They want to go down and away with that pitch, and it just rolls into that happy zone for a left-handed hitter. And Curtis Granderson
And now on the next pitch, Daniel Murphy sends one into the second deck. Back-to-back home runs make it 3-1 for the Mets. And it's quite a scene here in this ballpark right now.
Well, all of a sudden, this Met lineup can hurt you in so many different places. Here, the top of the Mets order doing damage, and now a more real middle of the order coming up.
Yoenis Cespedes. Back-to-back home runs by Granderson, his 17th, Murphy his 7th. And just like that, the Mets have a 3-1 lead. Base hit left field, Cespedes. Most of the people who stood when Granderson homered haven't sat down yet.
Nope.
Now Cespedes has his first hit, but Kurt, Zimmerman's really established his fastball really good the first few innings. A couple of lazy breaking balls, first to Granderson, and here Cespedes getting his first hit as a Met. They just kind of rolled in there.
And that's what you head around, second time around the lineup, and you think you got everybody sitting fastball, everybody sitting in his spot. So you do this kind of the show me breaking ball because you're going to go back to the fastball, and you don't get away with it. But generally, you don't see guys like Jordan Zimmerman make that mistake more than once in an inning. He's thrown a couple kind of bad breaking balls this inning.
Lucas Duda, the batter. The guy who's been providing most of the power for the Mets recently.
What do you say? Duda, do what he do?
He likes watching Duda do what he does, or did what he did. Yeah. There's a lot of alliteration in there for Matt Harvey. Did he get enough? Did he keep it fair? Yes! Third home run of the inning for the Mets. His 9th home run in the last 8 games, and the 3rd given up amongst the last 4 batters by Jordan Zimmerman. Juan Uribe.
Guys, Jordan Zimmerman has given up 9 home runs coming into the game tonight in 128 plus innings. 3 in about 5 minutes here. This is a new look and a different New York Met team, far different than a few weeks ago.
You know, and every fan base wants their team to win. But the Mets have had some lean years recently. They've been the butt of jokes around baseball at times. Again, they're 4 games over 500. They're not in a playoff position right now. They're 2 months to go. But boy, this fan base is excited right now.
Kurt, I've always felt like momentum is truly as good as the next day's pitcher. But this Met offense and these players that have really struggled to score runs all year are starting to gain momentum. And oh, by the way, your pitcher tomorrow every night is pretty darn good.
Right. I never felt like there was ever a game that turned a season around. I did believe there were some series that turned the season around, and that's exactly how it feels like this is playing out.
Well, and Aaron, you alluded to it. The loss on Thursday. They're up 7-5. It's pouring rain in the 9th inning. There are 2 outs, a strike on Derek Norris, and they put the tarp on the field. 44-minute delay. Familia comes back out, gives up 3 runs. Padres win 8-7. They come off that, beat the Nationals, beat them again, and now leading again on Sunday night.
And look, as players, we're conditioned to kind of turn the page.
They have certainly done that. The catch will be made by Rendon out at second. Finally, the inning is over, but not before the Mets. Starving for offense most of the season. That has not been the case here tonight. Granderson, Murphy back-to-back. 2 batters later, Duda, 3 home runs in the inning. 5-1 Mets.